Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to Games and Stories. So, I think we will not take a nap in Zardas' tower simply because I really don't trust him. There is nothing in his behavior that indicates we should trust him. Now, as a side note, I've been tweaking with OBS a bit and researching on video bitrates and resolutions on YouTube. So my goal is basically to just make sure that the videos I upload are on the same quality that I see them on, because YouTube, well, YouTube is an obstacle to quality, to be completely honest. So what YouTube does is basically you have, let's say, a high quality video, right? Let's say 1920 by 1080. It looks great on your PC, but when you upload it to YouTube, it re-encodes your video with a codec that's usually low quality, ABC1 it's called. And ooh, we missed a rusty X over here. Alrighty. And yeah, it re-encodes your video and it looks worse. Yeah, so that's really a huge obstacle for new people trying to upload stuff on YouTube, because you need to record stuff in a higher resolution, which means you need a high-end PC so OBS works properly. Now, my PC is mid-end. It's not really a low-end PC. It's a decent one, but it's getting on in age. So yeah, that's one issue with my PC. It's decent, but its components are starting to show some wear and tear. What can you do? So I will upgrade my PC in the following year. Need a better processor, need a better SSD. Well, actually, I think I can still use my current SSD until it burns out, I guess. And that was a small lag spike. Okie dokie. And yeah, it's not a RAM issue. I have plenty of RAM. It's mostly a processor issue and maybe a GPU issue somewhere. Now let's see what time it is. 9:47. I was hoping to talk to Hilda, but nah, never mind. What we can do, however, since we are part of the quest to get those fragments for Nefarious, let's talk to Cavalorn over here, who is investigating this stone circle up here. Let's just quickly talk to him.
Are you looking for something?
Is it that obvious? Yes, I have an assignment from the water mages to look for some lost ornament.
That's convenient. I have the same assignment from Nefarious.
So you belong to the Ring of Water?
Not yet, but I'm working on it.
I'm glad. Then I don't have to do this alone.
Have you already found an ornament?
I found the place where we should find one. This stone circle could be one of those structures that Nefarious described. Now, we just have to find the mechanism we're supposed to look for.
I gave Vatras your letter.
I didn't expect anything else. Thanks.
Okay. So we need to activate the buttons, just like the stone circle from the one in the thick woods, the one where we had our little misadventure with Lars. So this time nothing is really gonna happen. No stone sentinel is gonna spawn, because it has already been spawned and it has already been killed. So talk to Cavalorn.
I tried the mechanism. It doesn't do anything at all.
Then Lobart's farmers were right. They said that one of them had already played around with the stones here. A stone sentinel appeared out of nowhere and attacked them. The farmers called the militia. The militiamen called the paladins, who came and destroyed the monster. I've already searched the whole area. If there was an ornament here, the paladins have it now.
Then I'll go to them and demand the ornament back.
All right, I'm going to the city now. We'll meet again at Vatras's.
Wait a minute.
Okay, so we can't really get that ornament because it's in the hands of Lord Hagen. And Lord Hagen will only see us if we belong to a guild, which kind of sucks, but what can you do? Now, I really can't remember. Yeah. So this King Sorrel spawned here when we talked to Zoris, and we asked him about where does Constantino get his herbs. So this plant specifically spawns when you select that dialogue option, so it's one of Gothic's cute little secrets. Now, I think we can just do a quick transition to the morning. And let's see, we have quite a lot of quests to do today. And I think one of the first quests we're gonna do Baltram's quest for a new messenger. So let's do a quick transition till the morning. Okay, so it's morning, and let's see. Let's talk to Nagur over here.
That's terrible.
Cardiff says you may have a job for me.
Well, well. So you're looking for a special job. Okay. But we play by my rules, understood?
What does that mean?
That means you do what I say and you get a third of the profits. If you don't like it, then there's no job.
Go away, don't tell me, Dad.
50-50.
We're business partners, so it's 50-50.
Okay. I thought I'd give it a shot. Of course, we'll split our profits fairly.
I can't take care of everything.
All right, what's your plan?
You know the merchant Baltram, don't you? If not, it's time you talk to him. This Baltram has a messenger who supplies him with goods from Akil's farm. That is, he had a messenger. Until I cut his throat. And now Baltram has to get a new one, and that will be you. Your job is to get hired by Baltram and fetch the delivery from Akil. You bring it to me, and then I'll sell it on to an interested customer. He'll fork over a tidy little sum for it. And just don't try selling the stuff yourself. Have you got all that?
How much will the profit be?
I can't say exactly, but I estimate around 400 gold pieces.
Where is Akil's farm?
Leave the city by the east gate. That's directly on the marketplace. If you follow the road to the right, you'll soon come to a few steps cut into the rock. Go up there, and you'll come to Akil's farm.
When should I talk to Baltram?
You can go right away.
That's not what I heard.
He should know by now that his messenger won't be showing up anymore.
Simply talks too much. I won't tell her a thing from now on.
Where can I find Baltram?
He has his stall in the marketplace.
He can't keep anything to himself.
Well then, I'm all set.
Good. Then get on your way. But if you try to cheat me, you'll soon be every bit as dead as the messenger. Don't forget.
Can't take care of everything for everybody.
So he has no more dialogue options for us. Alrighty. Do you have any more
I
info?
need it.
Nope. Okay, so the way I usually handle this quest, I am not comfortable with the idea of working with murderers, so I am gonna be the nice guy here. We will retrieve the package from Akil's farm, and then we're gonna hand it back to Akil. Now, the issue that I have with this specific quest is that, well, it's not really an issue, but Nagur, Rengaru, and the merchant Halvor, they all have one thing in common. They belong to the Thieves Guild, and they are part of the unmarked quest to join the Thieves Guild. Now, you can join the Thieves Guild in two ways. You can earn reputation points with them by doing their quests. Now, for example, we set Rengaru free, which is good, since he basically gives you a brownie point for doing that. If you do Nagur's quest, he gives you another brownie point, and if you do Halvor's quest, you're gonna see what his quest is. You get another. Then you can join
You
the...
looking for a job?
Can't keep anything to
Sure.
himself.
What's it about?
My errand boy hasn't come back, and I'm waiting
Yeah,
for a
yeah.
delivery from the farmer Akil.
And how much is it worth to you?
I'll give you 50 gold pieces.
Fine, I'm in.
Okay. Just tell Akil that I sent you.
I won't tell him.
He'll give you a package. Bring it to
He
me.
says things like that. I can't take
Yeah,
care of
okay.
everything for
Where can I find Akil's farm?
Really, how
Just go out here through the east gate and follow the path to the
It'll
southeast.
get even worse.
After a short while, you'll come to a stone stairway. Go up that, and from there, you'll already be able to see Akil's farm.
You don't say.
Show me your wares.
He simply talks
Okay.
to me. Had better shut.
Yeah, so setting Rengaru free and doing a favor for Halvor involves no, violence. They are pretty simple quests. You can be the nice guy without, murdering everybody. But working with Nagur, the issue is you're basically working with the murderer, and yeah, that's it's a bit too much in my opinion. Now, it's a thieves guild. It shouldn't be a murderers guild. It shouldn't be an assassins guild. You know how the quests in Oblivion were designed when you wanted to join the thieves guild? The idea was not to murder anybody, just steal whatever you needed to steal. Now, you can join the Thieves Guild in a negative way, and basically you can earn 2 brownie points from Halvor or Rengaru in my case, and we're gonna turn Nagur in, and something is gonna happen that will allow us to eventually join the Thieves Guild afterwards. Now, Akil's farm is this way, as it was indicated towards us. I really like how they basically give you some really nice directions in the game. I mean, they are correct. From a cartography perspective, they actually give you correct directions every single time. Now, these mushrooms are great. We are gonna have a mushroom binging session at one point. Now, what I want to do right now, and I didn't get the opportunity to do it last time. So remember the cave we visited? There were 3 bandits there, and Lars basically helped us with that. Yeah. Well, that cave is now clear, which gives us the opportunity to loot it. And there's going to be something very interesting inside. So let's go right on in. There isn't a lot of loot, but there is one particular item we are looking for. Now, there is a sheepskin we can actually sell to Bosper. Some wine, more skins. So clearly these guys are sheep rustlers. More wine, sure. But in this chest, okay, some gold, nice, some fish. A weird looking fish. There's something wrong with this fish. Looks like it's been sewn up. Okay, let's open the fish and see what's inside. Now, where's the fish? There's a note hidden inside the fish. Stinking note. Keep your heads that low, guys. The militia is getting suspicious. Don't do anything until you hear from me again. Now, let's see. Who do we know that sells fish? Well, we're gonna go back to Corinth eventually, and we're gonna confront the guy about that. Now, in the meantime, we're gonna go to Akil's farm and find out that Akil's farm is under threat. So the plot is constantly moving. Something is always happening in the world without your intervention, and I love that. I mean, people have their daily routines, but factions interact with each other in this game, and that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool because it was done way before other games did it. I know sometimes it seems like I'm overly praising Gothic, but it did so many things first before any other game did it. And some things it did so well that no other game did it after Gothic, which is a crying shame if you ask me.
Hey, you!
Not gonna talk to him right now. We're interested in... First of all, we're interested in what's in this house. And if I recall, there is a chest where you can actually plunder. Let's just quickly save the game. Now, since we can't sneak, let's just jump once or twice. Okie dokie. So, nothing fancy. Some food and a dagger. Makes sense. I mean, you keep some cheese and a knife to cut it in a chest, I suppose. Makes sense. Now, some bread here we can redistribute to our pockets because we are hungry. Now, let's see what's going on here. We have a lot of people gathered.
I couldn't care less.
Those cutthroats are threatening my husband. We are citizens of the town, loyal to the king, and the mercenaries are planning to rob us. Now don't you just stand there, do something. Help us.
Wait a minute.
Now, don't you just...
Okay. What do you have to say?
Things I could tell you.
Everything all right?
As soon as anyone says anything wrong around here, the dance starts. So watch your step or there'll be a slaughter.
Will you join the fight?
I'm not just gonna stand here when the ruckus starts,
You don't
but
have to tell me that.
I'm not gonna push it either.
That's nothing new.
Okay. Let's talk to this guy.
Hey, Yoko! Have you lost your way?
As if I didn't have
Go back to
enough
your
problems.
field and pull up a few turnips.
It was his decision.
Whatever it is that brought you here, you had better forget it and hit the road.
Okay, let's talk to Akil then.
Is there a problem?
No, everything's fine. It would be better if you left now.
Are you sure?
Yeah, everything's fine. I can't talk to you now.
Now, one way to deal with this situation, so no matter what you do, that was an interesting jump, by the way. No matter what you do, if you talk to the mercenaries too much, eventually they're gonna attack. If you hang around the farm too much, eventually they're gonna engage in conversation with you, and they're gonna attack you. And the farmers will attack the mercenaries, so whatever happens, the farmers and those couple of mercenaries will engage in a fight. Usually they get killed without much of an issue, but sometimes, out of sheer luck, they can end up killing Akil or one of the named NPCs on the farm, which might give you some quests later on. And one cute thing you can do, which is a sort of mini secret in the game, you can go to Micah, which is exactly at the exit of Korenis, the guy to whom we gave 10 gold pieces, and we can tell him that bandits are threatening Akil's farm, and we're gonna get some experience for it, and also he's gonna escort us there. So you can actually recruit him for this specific event.
I need your help.
If it's absolutely necessary. What's wrong?
The farmer Akil is under attack by mercenaries.
What? Those riffraff are hanging around on Akil's farm? Then let's not waste any time. Follow me.
I am following
Wait
you.
a minute.
Yep, and he's in our party basically right now. If you have the option to give a healing potion, it means you have shared experience. So Micah is probably the only useful militia guy in the entirety of the game, which kind of shows you how just useless the militia really are in Korenis. I mean, a lot of them are corrupt, and the other are either incompetent or simply lazy. Now we're gonna do Akil's farm quest right now, get the package, go back to Baltram, and then we're gonna turn Nagur in for 100 gold pieces and some experience. And we're also gonna talk to Lord Andre about some things and visit the barracks as well. Okay, so Micah is basically gonna... He doesn't really wait up for you, by the way, he just goes on his merry way. So he's gonna position himself just up there.
It was his decision, wasn't it?
So we're gonna quickly save the game and do a hard save as well, just in case. Once you approach Micah, he's gonna engage in conversation with you, and then the fight is gonna start.
I've got no time for things like that. I'm gonna rip you to pieces.
Okay, that's a lot of lag. Okay.
What a silly bastard.
Thank Innos. I thought my time had run out. My name is Akil. I've farmed this humble piece of
Poor
land.
sucker. He didn't even have any
Who were
gold
those
on you.
people?
Those were mercenaries from Onar's farm. Those bastards don't know anything but plunder and murder. I'd been fearing the worst. Well, thank Innes it didn't come to that. Tell me, what can I do for you?
Just as long you got through this all right.
Nothing. Just as long as you got through this all right.
You're an exceptional fella. May Innes guard you on your way.
Okay, so we're gonna...
I've gotta go.
So long.
We're gonna loot this guy because... Ooh, he had an apple, which is probably the best thing you can loot from a bandit.
All right, that's that. I'll be off then.
So, the very fact that you talked to Micah a couple of times gives you 100 experience points, which is always nice. Let's talk to
Wait a
Akil.
minute. Have you heard anything about missing citizens?
Don't make me laugh. Heard of them? Some of my own people are missing. Tonak and Telbor used to work on my fields until 3 days ago. And I know exactly that they wouldn't up and leave the farm just like that, and yet they've simply vanished and no one can tell me where they went. If you happen to find out what's become of them, be sure to let me know, will you?
What did the mercenaries want from you?
You don't know that? Onar, the landowner, hired them. They guard his farm and collect the rent for him. And that means they go from farm to farm and take whatever they want. And whoever can't pay gets a taste of their steel.
Baltram sent me. I'm supposed to pick up a shipment for him here.
So, you're his new messenger. Okay, I've already made up the package.
You know your way around this area.
Sure. What do you want to know?
Where can I find Onar's farm?
Just go back down the stone steps and follow the road to the east. At some point, you come to a tavern. From there, you go farther east until you come to the big fields. That's where the mercenaries hang out.
What is that tavern to the east of here?
Ask Randolph. He knows more about it than I do. He's been there a few times.
What is there in the woods behind your farm?
There's just a whole bunch of monsters back there. And the wolves are the least dangerous. A few bandits are also said to have their caves there. Well, they've left my farm alone so far.
Judging by the sheepskins, no.
I've gotta go.
So long. I really wish I could have done more for you.
Yeah, okay, let's talk to Randy over here. Oh, this guy is almost dead.
Everything all right?
Yes, I'm fine. That Alvarez has become bolder and bolder lately. Good thing that's over now. What I could use now is a good drop in the tavern.
You're not from around here, right?
I come from the Southern Isles. At some point they said they needed people in Corinnes because of that magic ore. But when I got there, they had this huge barrier in place, and I didn't want to go in there, so I started working in the harbor. Well, the ships stopped coming in, and so I went to work for Akil. I've had worse jobs, actually.
You hang out in the tavern?
That's right, but not recently. I cannot afford going there anymore.
What exactly is going on there in the tavern?
There's gambling there. Two fellows compete against each other. Whoever can hold the most beer wins. In the end, I did nothing but lose, and now I need to make some more money first.
Who did you go up against?
Against Rukar, that old good-for-nothing. So far, he's beaten me every time. But somehow, I have the creeping suspicion that the filthy swine has laced my beer with gin every time. I suspect he keeps the gin hidden in that damn chest of his, that lousy scumbag. Somebody ought to sneak some plain water into his chest. Then he can lace my beer all he wants. If I only had enough money to compete against him one more time.
So we have a new quest, Bottoms Up, so we can actually sponsor Randolph to compete against Rukar, and we can earn some money.
Hey! Are you all right?
Yes, I'm fine, thank you.
Why don't you defend yourself against Onar's tyranny?
For us farmers near the city, it makes more sense to stay on the good side of the city militia than to rely on Onar's mercenaries. On the other hand, there's Bengar and Sekab who would rather give up their farms than work for the king.
Where do I find the farms of Bengar and Sekob?
They're not far from the farm where the landowner lives. Go east from here and you'll find them.
Haven't you ever considered moving away from here?
It's not easy to get away from this part of the country. All the land is walled in by a high, insurmountable chain of mountains. The only two ways out of here are the pass to the Valley of Mines and the harbor. Since we cannot afford passage on a ship, and the Valley of Mines is a place of no return, we're going to have to stay here.
What do you know about the pass?
I've never been there myself, but it must be somewhere near Bangar's farm on the high pastures.
Look out for your husband.
I shall do my best.
Okay, thank you, Catty. Now we can go back to Baltram, do a quick transition to him, and give him the package from Akil, which should be this little neat thingy. It's food mostly, you can't really open it.
Nothing to be had there.
Nothing on him. And
nothing to plunder.
Nothing on him. Okie dokie. So, quick transition to Baltram. But first, actually, let's talk to Pablo, because I just remember we took care of the bandits.
Never knew that. What do you know about the bandits who robbed Hakon the merchant?
Oh, that matter. Don't remind me. As far as we know, they're responsible for a lot of the attacks on merchants. Those rats have crawled into their holes and don't dare come out again. Once we were able to track them down and follow them, but we broke off pursuit in the woods outside the city. There's too many beasts roaming around there. It's much too dangerous. But there's one more thing. A few of the stolen goods have shown up in Corinus.
This means that they know how they can smuggle the wares into town and sell them.
Yeah, we suspect they have a fence in the city, but we haven't been able to catch the guy yet. If you find out anything about the business, remember Lord Andre has posted a bounty for the fence.
Believe everything you hear.
How's the situation?
At the moment, it's quiet.
Okay, so the fence is, spoiler alert, it's Halvor. But we don't want to turn Halvor in, really, because if you keep him out of jail, you can later sell silver chalices and silver plates to him at 50% of their value. So if a silver chalice is for 100 gold pieces, and normally you can sell them for 15 gold pieces, with Halvor you can sell them for 50. Now, I think this piece of paper belongs to you.
I think this piece of paper belongs to you.
What? Let me see.
If I hadn't seen it with
Uh-huh.
my own eyes.
Okay, let's stay calm about this. Listen, I have resold the goods I got from the bandits. But there's no reason to take this straight to the militia, right? I'm sure we can come to an understanding, can't we?
Make me an offer then.
All right, I'll tell you something. I can sell you more than just fish. If you hand me this ridiculous piece of paper and forget about the matter, you and I can become the best of trading partners.
I won't tell her a thing.
Oh, really? What kind of goods would those be?
I witnessed it myself.
Well, I could offer you quite special fish. You see, not just plain ones for eating.
You mean like the one that contained your hidden message?
You've got it. I have several of those. Fish.
I've got no time for things.
Okay, agreed.
All right, it's a deal. I think we can keep this little matter between ourselves.
Thank you. Just drop in next time you happen to be in the vicinity. I'm bound to have some interesting things for you.
Someone's got to do the work.
Okay,
Show me your fish.
so he has a few fish. And we are gonna buy all of them because they have some interesting stuff. This has some lockpicks, which we really need. This has a ring, and it's a ring of spirit. Nah, I think it's this ring of fire protection. I think it was. This is 50 gold pieces, which is more than we paid for the fish itself. And this is a fish with a lump of magical ore, which is worth... Oh, we have the bug. So yeah, sometimes when you use an item, the animation doesn't finish. And the only way to repair that is to either load the game or just Yep, because the animation didn't finish, the item goes back into your inventory. So now we have 3 lumps of ore. It can rarely happen. You can exploit that if you want. I'm not gonna bother exploiting that. I just want to play the game fairly, as it were. Now, I think we're nearing the end of the episode. So in the next episode, we're gonna talk to Lord Andre, Nagur. Well, not Nagur, we're gonna turn the guy in. But we are going to join the Thieves Guild. And we are also gonna take a trip to the landowner's farm and see what the mercenaries are all about. So, thank you, Vatras, thank you. You are extremely loud as usual. Jeez. So, I want to wish you guys a wonderful day, and if you really want to support the channel and all that, you can always buy me a coffee. The link is in the video description. As usual, guys, remember, the most important story in life is your own. Cheers, guys, and take care of yourselves.